Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so hype about this video because I am sharing with you the 5 things that I was doing that was preventing me from getting to my first sale and how I changed that around. The things that I did to change that so that I was able to get to not only my first sale, but to consistent sales and to be able to be on track to make $100,000 by the end of next year. I am so elated. I had a meeting with my developer today and we are on track to make $100,000 by the end of next year. And I'm so excited. And I just want to share with you everything that I have learned on this journey, everything that I've been learning, everything that I've been applying so that you can apply the exact same things and that you can be in a place where you are making your own $100,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into it. You have been wanting to make passive income from your phone for the longest of times, and you cannot figure out why your followers or your subscribers have not converted into paying customers. That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. I'm going to share with you 5 things that I did to convert my followers, my subscribers, to actually get paying customers and to make thousands of dollars, as you see here, just from posting and sharing information that I have either learned, experienced, or I just know, right? So I'm going to help you do that exact same thing. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Please make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and I want you to comment down below what was your biggest takeaway. I don't want this video to be long, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into it. Okay, so just so you know, I was you, okay? I was the person that was watching all of the videos, all of the YouTube videos, and wanting to make money passively, wanting to make money with digital products, with digital marketing, or any way that I could make money from this phone. I wanted to do that because I wanted to get out of my 9-to-5 job. And at first it was like, let me just try to make an extra $500 to start. And then $500 just kept snowballing into thousands of dollars. And it just kept going and kept going as I started learning more and more. And so I want to cut that time down in half for you because it took me a while, okay? It took me over 3 years to learn what it is that I'm about to tell you in this video. And I don't want it to take you that long. So if you don't have something to write with, go ahead and get something to write with and let's just jump into it. Just so that you know, I have since been able to resign from my 9-to-5 in less than a year. I'm a 5-time self-published author. I have 4 income streams, 4 passive income streams. Actually, my 4th income stream is not that passive, not as passive as I thought it was going to be, but I have 4 income streams nonetheless. If you know anything about the average millionaire, you know that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. I don't need no more than 4 at this point, okay? Because it's starting to become a lot and it's starting to be very taxing on me. But I have traveled 5 times this year already. I'm getting ready for another quick trip before my New Year's trip. And as you can tell, I have made thousands of dollars in this space. Now, is it easy? No. But is it simple? Absolutely. So the first thing that I had to realize was that I did not know my target person. I say that loosely because I did know my target person, but I did not realize that my target person was actually me, right? I tell my mentees all the time, your target person, the person that you are speaking to, is you when you are sharing your experience. So I want you to think of it from this vantage point. You are simply taking the information, the skills, the experiences that you have had in this life that you have gained, and you are sharing it with someone else and helping them solve their problem so much quicker than it actually took you. This is exactly what I'm doing. I am sharing my information, everything that has helped me get to this point. I'm sharing it with you so that you can get to this point a lot quicker. But if you do not understand your target person, and I'm not speaking about your target audience, because target audience is just too much on the brain when you are just starting out in this digital marketing, digital products, just passive income landscape. I don't want you to think about an audience, right? Because that can be intimidating. I just want you to think about the target person. So anytime you are creating content, you need to have that person in your mind. You are speaking directly to them, and you need to understand what are their pain points? What do they like to do? What is their lifestyle like? What are they trying to achieve? All of these things are important for you to know, because then when you create your content, then you're able to speak to them and they're able to resonate with you from a place of relatability. People purchase from an emotional standpoint, okay? You cannot make anybody buy anything. You can simply share the information and nudge them emotionally for them to feel like, okay, this person understands where I'm coming from. They understand where I am and they understand where I'm trying to go. And when you make that person feel like you understand them, they're more than likely going to invest. The second thing is that I had to identify a clear problem. When I first got on the camera, when I first decided that I was going to post on YouTube, I don't know, I just came on and I just was talking, and I was thinking that I was going to share information about how I self-published my first book, but that's not where I ended up. I realized that the bigger issue was that people were struggling with getting to their very first sale. So for me, I was like, well, I have already had my first sale. Once I had accomplished my first sale, I was like, okay, well, I don't need to be able to teach somebody or to share with somebody how to get to $10,000. I just need to teach them how to get to their first sale, or express or explain to them how I got to my first sale. Right? That's all people want to know. People want to know how to get from point A to point B. Don't overthink it. You think that you have to know, you have to be an expert, and you have to know all of the things surrounding that particular subject or that particular topic. No, you don't have to get someone from point A to point Z right away. You can quite literally get them from point A to point B, and they will invest if you can get them to point B a lot quicker. So it's important for you to understand the transformation that your target person is looking for. Your solution has to solve a big problem for that person. Like that problem, whatever it is that that person is trying to accomplish, it has to be big for them, right? So if they are trying to leave their 9-to-5 job, if they are wanting to make extra money, if they are behind on credit card bills or in debt, or if they are getting married and want to learn how to cook for their husband, or if they just had a child and this is their first child and they've never had a child before, they don't know anything about being a parent. Whatever it is, whatever problem it is that you are solving for them, it has to be a real big problem for them. And the only way that you can speak to that real big problem is going back to the first thing that I mentioned, is by understanding them, understanding what problem are they trying to solve, and how are you positioning your information as the solution. Number 3 is going to be, you don't have a solid product positioning, right? So you have to understand that in order for people to invest in what it is that you have, they have to know you, they have to like you, and they have to trust you. And if people are hesitant in investing, it's because one out of the 3 of those things they don't feel when it comes to your content, right? So in order for people to know, like, and trust you, you have to know what it is that they're trying to achieve, right? You have to be relatable, and they have to be able to resonate with you, and they have to be able to trust that you know exactly what it is that you are talking about. That is how you position your solution as the only next option, that it only makes sense to be able to go to you to be able to solve their problem so much quicker. If they don't know, like, or trust you, they're not going to buy from you. Okay. So it's about positioning yourself. How do you gain that know, like, and trust factor? You make sure that you are showing up consistently. You make sure that you are speaking directly to to your target person and to their pain points. And you make sure that you are yourself. Just be authentic, be exactly who you are, and share your experience from a standpoint of, I understand exactly where you are because I was there too. Number 4 is going to be to make sure that you have a strong marketing message. You cannot just say you're going to come online today and you're going to create a video, and then people are not going to see you for 10 months, right? I know I'm not the best to talk about this because with all the businesses that I'm running, I've been a little, I've been lagging a little bit in posting videos, but I don't let months and months and months go by, right? I try to come on as consistently as I possibly can. And you guys can look at my track record. Like, I have hundreds of videos on this channel, right? So you guys have something that you can watch when I don't post. So I would recommend that you definitely have a marketing strategy, okay? Don't just get up and decide all willy-nilly, well, I'm going to post on this day, or I feel like posting today, or I don't feel like posting today. When you have to go into those people's job, whether you feel like it or you don't feel like it, what do? You get up and you go in there because you have a contractual agreement, right? You've made a commitment to getting up and going in there and doing the job. And so you have to treat your digital business just like if you work for the business, not just because you are the owner and you don't have anybody like making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing means that you're just gonna do things however you want to do them. And I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I was first starting out too. I did not feel like I needed a certain level of structure because I felt like I was coming from structure, getting, being at work on time, going to lunch for 30 minutes and making sure I'm back on time and leaving at a certain time. So when I started to have my sense of freedom to where I could move and do things the way that I wanted to do them, I felt like I could just do it that way. And that is the surest way for you to not gain the trust of your audience when you are just, you're just all willy-nilly. You're all over the place in terms of not really showing up consistently. You have to understand that there are people out there that are depending on you to show up. There are people out there that need the information that you have. And so every time you don't show up, those people are lost. Every time you don't show up, those people are stuck in whatever problem it is that they are trying to solve, right? So you just want to make sure that you are showing up consistently in your marketing and that you have a marketing strategy. Give yourself a structure, right? Set your week. If you're going to record on Tuesdays and Thursdays and edit on whatever days, right? Wednesdays and Fridays, I don't know. You create a schedule for yourself as best as you can. Even if you're still working your 9-to-5 job and you know that like the weekdays are a little hectic for you to record, then make sure that you carve out at least an hour on the weekends to record, right? So let's say you record on Saturday and then you edit and you post on Sunday. Whatever the schedule is for you, because it's going to look different for everybody, just get yourself on a schedule, because it is not only about you like setting the foundation and being disciplined and structured, but also you give your target person something to look forward to, right? They know that you are going to consistently show up, that you are going to consistently come back. And every time you come back and you give more information, you are feeding the trust factor, right? So remember, I said know, like, and trust. Every time you show up in front of the camera or the phone to give information and to help your target person, you are saying to your target person, I got you. I'm here for you. Here's more of what it is that you need to get to your solution, or whatever problem it is that you were trying to solve. So before we get into number 5, I just want to thank you guys for watching up until this point of the video. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are struggling, if you're struggling with digital marketing, if you are struggling with digital products, if you are struggling with making passive income, I understand how frustrating it is when you are doing it by yourself, especially when other people don't understand the vision, right? And they won't understand the vision because God did not give them the vision. God gave the vision to you, right? And so sometimes that can feel very lonely. It can feel very frustrating. It can feel very overwhelming when you are in it by yourself. And I just want you to know that you are not in it by yourself. I had to get mentorship, right? I had to work with someone to be able to get to this place of confidence, to be able to understand what it is that I was doing, to be able to understand buyer psychology and how to position my offering and how to be able to connect with people in a way where they trusted me enough to invest in the offerings that I have, right? And so you can get to this place as well. Can you do it by yourself? Absolutely. You can literally watch all of my videos and take the information that's in my videos and implement the information. I would recommend you to not watch a bunch of YouTube videos, because that can be, it's just too much. It's overwhelming. You're listening to this person, that person, this person, and that person. Whether it's me or not me, just choose someone that you trust, choose someone that you feel you can relate to, and choose someone that you know knows exactly what they are doing, and follow them, okay? Whatever it is that they are doing, just follow that information. If you are wanting to work with me, you have access to my one-on-ones down below in the description box. Please feel free to get on my calendar. I think I have a few days left for the rest of this month, and I will be happy to sit down and literally work with you to figure out what monetizable life experience you have that you can start making money from immediately, how to structure that offering, how to position yourself. We'll work together on a marketing strategy. You'll get full access to all of my resources. And if you are already a part of my community, then you already know what time it is, right? I can get you to your first sale. If you have not gotten to your first sale, if you have not gotten to consistent sales, I can get you there. So all of the resources are down below. Let's get back into the video. And last but not least, number 5, if you are not making any money online, it's because you have to build trust. Wait, not just trust with your target person. You have to build trust with yourself. You have to trust that if God gave you the vision, that if you have the desire in your heart, it's because God trusts you with that vision. God trusts you with the information. I like to tell my mentees all the time, God does not waste our experiences. We waste our experiences, okay? I don't know what your beliefs are, but what I do know is that you have gone through something that somebody else needs. You have gone through something that somebody else would love to just sit across from you, or if not directly from you, from a phone screen, from a TV, and just listen to your experience and listen to how you got out of it. I don't care whether it's something as simple as changing a tire, or, you know, going to school, graduating, learning a skill, whatever it is, there is something that you have accomplished, that you have experienced in this life, that someone is literally just waiting for you to show up. And so, yes, you have to build trust with your target person, but more importantly, you have to trust that God chose you for a reason. You are the person for the job, right? If God is the God of everything, God could have just chose someone else to do what it is that he put in your heart, but he gave it to you. And so you have to trust that experience. You have to trust that knowing. And the only way that you're going to be able to show up confidently is if you learn to build that trust with yourself. I had to learn to build that trust with myself, and that literally, I had to rebuild and repair the relationship with me because I didn't trust me. Why didn't I trust me? Because I would start things and not finish them, right? I had very poor communication with myself internally, right? If I would not do something the right way, I would speak to myself very poorly, like, what are you doing? You're an idiot. You're done. You know, whatever. You have to check your communication with yourself. Start to nurture the relationship with yourself. Start to keep small promises to yourself. And that is how you are going to build that relationship with you. And once you start building your relationship with you, and once you start keeping small promises to yourself, you're going to start to trust yourself more. And then it's going to bleed out into your content. And your target person is going to have no problems trusting you because they can feel that you trust yourself. That's it for this video, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for getting to this point of the video. Listen, you have to stop getting all the information and start applying it. And sometimes you just need someone to hold your hand in the process. Please leave whatever comments, whatever questions you guys have down in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to answer them in another video. And that's it. I love you guys so much, and I hope that you found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, you guys.